Hello all, and welcome to KHS. We appreciate you coming and being a part of our visit. I meant to have my building leadership team record this, but it's just crazy schedule being in the end of the semester, so I'm going to do the best I can to take you through the presentation. We have a lot of interview groups, so hopefully you'll get a good grasp of our high school and enjoy your visit with us. First of all, a snapshot of our school. We have 543 total students, 266 males and 277 female. We are 64% free reduced lunch for the entire district. That average is probably a bit low because not as many kids will report out in high school. We're probably closer to 70% free reduced in our district. There is an equity report here if you would like to take a look at it. It's a nice breakdown of our building, and there's George Washington, but here is the high school here, so you can get a good look at how many kids are ELL, male, female, etc. Special education, as you can see here, that's the number of our level 1, level 2, level 3 students. We do have a BD program in our school. It's ran by Mr. McGackey upstairs. Probably going to expand that program next year with students coming in. It's a program that's been with us for about 4 years now, and it's sort of gained ground since it's entered Keokuk. So we do have a learning center. If you look out the building, it's over by the middle school there. That's a Tier 3 learning center. We like to call it Tier 3 intervention because at that point our students are really, we've tried different interventions. We have credit recovery within our building. We use Edgenuity. But when that's not working and they're not coming to school and we're having discipline problems, we do have a learning center as well for alternative students. We've looked at incentives for our students. We're still looking at a system in place that holds our kids accountable and that has a reward system in there to try to get them to come and be a part and finish their education. We have 40 certified teachers in our building. We also have 11 associates. Our admin team, who you'll meet with in one of your interviews, is myself, Heather Davis, Vice Principal, Director of Student Services, which is like a Dean of Students, that's Michael Davis, and our Activities Director, Zach Summers. We're very proud to have an IJAC program that services 9, 10, and 11, 12. As you can see there, we've got about 100 students in the program with 2 instructors. They do a phenomenal job getting our kids. It's a targeted class. Not targeted, all kids can take it, but it is targeted to our alternative at-risk students that come to us, getting them to understand the importance of high school and their job outside of when they graduate school. Our CTE offerings, right now we have nursing, industrial tech, business, communications, and information solutions. Those are our 4 strands. We did lose culinary arts about a year ago, but we're looking at bringing it back. We'll just have to wait and see if budgets allow it and if we can gain some traction with that. Our guidance staff, we have a 9-10 student services as of this year. She is full-time 9-10. She also helps a lot with at-risk, pulling kids into and speaking with them on a weekly basis. An 11-12 guidance counselor. We have a student assistance team that is part of our guidance and our admin team mixed with our IJAG and any teachers that we can get. During our 7th period, we meet once a week. At this point in our year, we're really looking at student data, bringing students in and working on a plan of success. We've been trying to target the lower level grades specifically so that we can get targeted interventions and help them have achievement. Now, I actually had a student that we had a conference with last week that came up pretty proud that she had gotten her grades up and was talking about a plan of success. So I think those student-led conferences is something new this year that's really helped us. We do have dual credit offerings within our building. We have a wide array of math classes, speech, psychology, which is led by our 11-12 guidance counselor. Lit Comp and health occupations is also a program of study, and it's dual and accredited with SCC. If you see in the side of town, SCC did build an industrial tech building. So we're trying to get more students over there to take classes, not only classes we don't offer here, but career inline classes as well. Accelerated learners, we've been adding more and more since I've been at the school for this is my 3rd year. We have a TAG program. Accelerated science is a combination of geoscience and biology that our students take in 9th grade so that we can catapult them into our AP offerings. I skipped over that. I apologize. ELA, American History and Biology. We're looking at adding a couple more in the next year or two as our AP. But accelerated science should get them into AP Biology as sophomores, and our goal is to get them into chemistry and physics. Really push the level. Our ninth grade geometry, as you know from your last visit, students do start algebra in 8th grade. If you're talking to my math department, they make up a great point. I don't think we have enough kids taking algebra in 8th grade. We really should almost be running 2 sections of that 9th grade geometry. And we're going to continue those conversations, and hopefully we can look at scheduling and find more kids getting into algebra so we can catapult them as they come to the high school. World Studies is actually a sophomore level lit class, and it's very deep. And it's ran by Meg McGackey, so take a chance to go up there. Honors Lit was last year. We're still having scheduling issues on getting our 9th grade Honors Lit back. We're going to work on that, but there's only so many areas that we can pigeonhole our freshmen into. I did work with our building leadership team, and they came up with these 5 promising practices. If you walk around, you see K-Pride all over our building. It's all about a positive relationship and collaborative culture. By the way, these 5 promising practices are related to our district strategic plan as well. Within the school and a greater community, our community has really taken on our K-Pride initiative. It started here at the high school. It's trickled on into other buildings within our district, and we just done an amazing job of rebranding ourselves with the pride of where we come from. Our staff goes the distance. They're always here after school. They're meeting the students where they are. Our staff is here in many hours of the night trying to help students better themselves. We did go to a 90-10 grading scale this year, so our teachers have really taken on doing corrections and reassessing students because of that 90-10. It's very heavy on the assessment. So our teachers done a great job of just getting out there. Our programs of study, we have expanded a ton since I've been at the high school. It's things I didn't mention earlier was Engineering in the Future class. We have a Computer Principles class coming. I think that's in the next slide. But we are always trying to get STEM Best grants, trying to get things to offer our students. And we have to be flexible with our schedule, but we're trying to offer as many wide array courses as we can for our kids to get them college and career ready. Our project-based learning and our innovative teaching has really been the driving force, and our teachers have really worked hard at innovating and project-based learning. You may not see it in every classroom, obviously, on your visit, but it's instilled in their curriculums. Extra co-curricular opportunities, we just have a wide array of clubs and athletics just to keep our kids involved and focused on school. Graduation rate, we've been above 90% the last 5 years. Coming from our community, and I think if you look back at the history, at the lowest it was 72 many moons ago, but to have that over the national average for the past 5 years in our community is amazing. We try. Our motto is failure is not an option, and we provide interventions and guided study to support success. You will see guided study. You will also see 2 versions of it, actually. We have one that is online within our building, and we also have a targeted guided study that our SAT team tries to recommend students into to get extra supports at school with our teachers. I don't just think it's study hall. We keep it low numbers, and our teachers are working with kids during that time. Our facilities, I think, are bar none. If you walk around the building, see our gym, see everything. We got beautiful facilities here, and we should be proud of those as well. Things happening. We have a language arts curriculum that's being piloted this year, and will be in effect next year, but they're really working hard. There's a lot of great things coming out of it. Arts, visual arts, they're working on their standards. Advanced Computer Principles class, our coding class, will be starting next semester. We just got a $50,000 Iowa STEM grant. We were one of 13 schools, and we have an active learning center in our library that will be coming in the spring of next year. We will be renovating our computer science lab to add state-of-the-art technology. I'm just working on funding and things, grant writing with our local teachers. Math instructor was Sanford Teacher of the Year, and she was the only one in Iowa. So there's 50 award winners, and she was our representative in Iowa in our building. Very proud of her. a lot of collaboration happening within our PLCs. Really, what we're trying to do is collaborate more middle school, high school in our elective field, but we're branding out in our core, but we're still working on standard development in our building, and so we're in different pockets with our core. So when we get ready, we're going to do a lot more vertical alignment. Social studies is working on assessment alignment. Industrial tech students. We also just had labor, and speaking of industrial tech, we have our carpentry now is a quality pre-apprenticeship program here. We're the only one in the area to have that. I know up north they do, but quite an accomplishment to be part of that. You'll see some other projects here and some things that we're doing PD-wise. This year, we've had a lot of collaboration, a lot of co-teaching. Our special ed teachers are now in the classroom more than they've ever been. Before it was associate's job to be in there working with kids, but now we have a lot more co-teaching. We're going to bring in some PD in January. You can't just throw it on the table and expect people to just know exactly how it's done. So we're going to work on professional development. We'll be interested to see what you see in those co-teaching classes. You'll probably see different pockets of different things, but we do know it's a target in this building, and we want to be better at it because we think getting professionals in front of our kids is the best way, and also trying to grow independence by not having just the one-on-one, but having that co-teacher in there. This was done by our staff to start the year. They came up with an amazing statements on why we collaborated at KHS, so I hope you enjoy that. Heather Davis put that in a Wordle. I won't go through the data analysis too much. Just know that when you're looking at this slide here specifically, that's comparing like our fresh. It's not comparing the same cohort of kids, but our Iowa State report card isn't out yet. But for instance, our freshmen came in, I believe, I want to say they came in at around even like 59%, I think, in reading. And we had 77% proficiency last year in reading alone. So we had an 18% gain. Across the board in math and reading, we had 5% of proficiency gain overall. Our sophomores were above the 80 threshold. And so we had some really serious gains. We're looking forward to seeing the report card. It's out, I believe, to our superintendent this week. And you'll see on their needs improvement, but we feel will probably be acceptable this year. So here's a breakdown of our Iowa assessment. Same grade level, different students. You guys are probably data rich, so you know what this stuff is. But I can't, and I've got about 3 minutes left on my timer here, so I want to make sure I get through everything. Assessment data. There's another breakdown in this spreadsheet here, and it's in your packets. We have started a digital art program, and it's just amazing. He's a brand new teacher in here, the program development that he's done already. But we're really looking at this program as well with the graphic design and all the things we can offer our students. You'll see some project-based learning examples here. We had an Ed Sheeran trip, absolutely amazing trip. We had over, I think, $20,000 donated. We took 55 kids to Ed Sheeran that showed progress. We pulled them randomly because we had more than that in the school. But just amazing trip. It was really, really special for our kids. Had a lot of money donated, and just amazing thing. We have a brand new librarian this year, media specialist, and she's done an amazing job doing book talks and lessons on credible resources. She's done scholarship writing. So I really wanted to highlight all the stuff she's done. More things upcoming here, so you can see that. Vertex is our work-based study program. That's our job shadow program. We launched that a year ago because we had some seniors that felt that on our exits that they felt that we needed it. And so we actually have Sherry Kemp, who's finishing up her multi-occupational, her MOC certification tomorrow. So she'll be fully certified as well. So we're developing that program. We have a youth leadership team. Besides our student council, we have 25 kids that work within our building to show leadership. And this is some projects they have done. At the end here, you'll see our homecoming video. And I kept it right under 15 minutes. So hopefully this helps you get a better picture of KHS. I'll be around of course, during your visit. Take care.